Hello there everybody and welcome back to another episode of the Soulver Weekly Forecast. I'm Courtney Kassman.
And I'm Alison Maiden.
And today we have such an interesting topic that has been really hot in the press recently.
I know, it's so cool though.
I think so too. So there's been lots of stories about, of course, our ET friends, UFOs, UAPs as well is what they're called now.
I think they are, yeah.
Yes, and lots of stories specifically about the pyramids. I have been seeing so many divides, people saying there's things underneath it, and other people saying no, there's nothing underneath it.
Yeah, well, of course, we're going to have both sides of the coin, aren't we? Because that's generally what happens.
Yes.
But yeah, so what we would like to do, I think, is to have a look through the cards today to see if there is something underneath the pyramids, as in structures, because the pyramids are not burial chambers, as we have been led to believe.
Yes.
They're actually gigantic batteries and a power source for civilizations which may have lived here on Earth way before our civilization, which could be really cool, right?
I think so too. Is there like a significance with the shape of the pyramid? I mean, we always have pyramids.
We do.
In all of our
Yeah,
shows.
Of course. It generates energy to swell around and move around. And actually, a pyramidal shape is one of the most, in sacred geometry,
Yes.
it's one of the most powerful shapes that you can have. And I remember, I'm old enough to remember this, Court, you're probably not, but years ago, people used to put their blunt razor blades underneath pyramids to sharpen them and things like
and
that.
it actually worked.
Yeah.
Wow, I did not know that. Oh my gosh.
It was very big in the 70s, very big in the 70s. But what has been around for a really long time, of course, is the actual sacred geometry of our Earth. And when we start to look around us and we can see, we'll start with the Fibonacci sequence, where we have the rule of fives. We've got beautiful flowers that represent lots of different spirals and things like that. And of course, the spiral inside the pyramid is what actually causes the energy to build up. So if they've got generators underneath, and I'm not saying that I know this for sure,
Yes.
I'm going to have a look through the cards today, but if there's generators underneath, then it would be logical to assume that it goes up through the apex or the top of the pyramid. To what though? To what measure and where?
The point, yes, it's like laser beaming.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there was a couple of movies that came out a while back. One of them was The Fifth Element,
Yes.
which I know you
Yes,
love
we
now.
love. Yeah.
Yeah, my favourite movie of all time, really. But they did actually show that the alien ships were docking on the top of the pyramids. And you have to start to think about fiction being sometimes truthful, to let the stories out there to the masses, or get them to start to think at least about these things, because I am sure that there has been civilizations before ours, and I'm also sure that the civilizations before ours were more advanced. So let's have a look, asking the cards here. So what's on the bottom of the deck? Interesting. All right, so we have the Seven of Swords on the bottom of the deck. So that means that somebody upstakes and left rather quickly. So there could have well been more advanced civilizations here that had to leave fast for some reason. Could there have been a uprising on this planet? Maybe there was a fight for the planet and the people that actually built the pyramids had to leave rather quickly. I'll leave that with some of you guys to do some more research on, but I'd also look at the 12th planet that's called Nibiru, and also have a look at the Anunnaki. So those two are going to be very important things, I think, as we move forward in this reading today. All right. Oh, look, yes, 100% there definitely has been in the past, and in fact in the present and perhaps in the future, we will be hearing from, or actually I suppose being uncovered, that these people have not all left the planet. In fact, some of them remained. So we will have people coming forward. We'll also have other ETs coming forward throughout the next probably, 5 years, I would say. And this is an offer out of the blue, or somebody coming to us and saying, let us help. let us help clean your oceans, let us help clean your air, let us help with technologies to help your ailing bodies with health. I think that this is an excellent card to have as the Knight of Cups is coming very swiftly through to make us an offer of help. So that is awesome. And it's learning new skills and learning something completely new. Oh, I don't know about you, Court, but I would be absolutely rapt to know more, because it feels like sometimes even the science here on our planet just doesn't go far enough.
Yes, I agree with that.
And we just want, how many years have we been donating to these charities that have been studying cancer and studying this and studying that? And really, are we that far ahead? By now we should be, I think, personally. So I think we need to really look at the fact that if anyone who from a civilization that is much more advanced than us, certainly if they 2,000 or 3,000 years ago could make a generator out of a stone pyramid, they can certainly by now be doing some amazing stuff, particularly to do with health. And we do know that in Egypt, they used to have healing chambers.
Yes, they did.
And a lot of them use sound for healing. Now, we know that the solfeggio frequencies can heal, sound can heal, light can heal. So when we're talking about frequencies, which of course the pyramid generates, then that's a whole different way of looking at it too. And we already know that, and it's been proven by our own scientists that that can happen. Going back to the past to rebuild the future. Hee. They have been here before. They are still here. I think a lot of them are still here and have integrated with us. Look, the victory card from the past. Yeah, exactly that. So the victory is now, I think, happened because disclosure is starting to happen. Now, we were having a discussion earlier about a paper that was a CIA paper that was talking about something. Can you tell me about that?
They had found, well, some people are saying it was an old document and some people are now bringing it to light 20 years later.
Okay.
We'll just put quotation marks there. But it was that a UFO had crashed, but as it had crashed, it had turned some soldiers into stone.
Oh my goodness.
Very crazy. Yes.
Oh, it's almost mythological with
I think
that,
so,
isn't
yes.
it? Very Medusa-like.
Yes.
But there's something about that, though. I think that any type of energy can transform matter into other things. And that goes opposite ways too, because there was some indications in India especially how certain gigantic granite blocks had imprints of people's footprints in them and things like that. So how stone could be actually changed and melted so that it was pliable and people could actually leave their handprints and footprints in it. So when you start to look at that sort of thing, it's not out of the realm of possibility that could have happened.
Yes.
And if it was a CIA document, you'd expect it to be truthful?
Yes.
We hope. Okay.
Wow.
And the future of mankind really stands to benefit from these beautiful beings coming into our lives, because this is being not only independently wealthy, but also being independently assured and knowing that we are okay. And I think that when it comes down to it, if we've got higher level beings coming toward us who also have a spiritual nature, understand the universe, understand spirit, the divine source, God, goddess, all that is, when we have that understanding and we really do have that connection, it just brings us closer.
I agree.
To all of that. And there's going to be hopefully no more discussions and wars over it on our planet, So many paths to follow, you guys. So I'm looking at our home card today as being our Mother Earth.
Wow, yes.
And the Seven of Cups is about having multiple choices. And so once this has been established as truth, as reality, there will be people still having their choice, whether or not they choose to abide by it, live by it, acknowledge it. And that's going to be very multiple levels, I think, of understanding and spiritual awareness in people as well. So I think there's still a little ways to go with acceptance. But we've got a big mothership in your face and it's a bit hard not to accept it. I think that we've been trained to think that they're evil and they're going to come in and try and take over the world.
Yeah.
If they've got that kind of tech, they could have taken over the world 1,000 times over.
Yeah.
So this is sudden things coming in here. And so I do think that there's going to be a sudden overnight happening where we can have stories leaked about men turning to stone and pyramids having generators under them. And people are going to go, that's rubbish. Or others will go, my God, that's amazing. That's real. Finally, it's happening. And we're going to have this confusion, but there's going to be one gigantic event that takes place. And I think it will confuse a lot of people because it will make them question what they actually believe.
Wow. Do you get like a feeling around what that event could
I think it's a
possibly
really big ship.
Yep.
I've said that for a
said,
while,
yes. Yeah,
and it will be broad daylight, guys. It will be.
Wow.
It's not just going to be lights in the sky. It will be. Everyone will be able to see it. There has been talk about this Project Bluebeam for a while now, but because Trump got him back into power and a lot of that stuff was kind of washed away, now it's been really filtered down. I don't think they're going to have a chance to do that as much as what they were, okay? Now, there was lots of drone releases in the US that people were thinking were UFOs, and that was more the Project Bluebeam stuff. But the drones are able to also put images in the sky which aren't there.
I've seen that, yes.
So we're thinking that they'll try, some of the people will try and say it's fake, but I don't think you're going to be able to miss this one.
Wow.
It's going to be huge. And I'd say this is over Europe. And I have said before, I see Spain.
Yes.
Keep seeing Spain being a really important part of it. Now, the final card for this reading today is the Magician. Believe what you want, right? But at the stage of where humanity has to make a choice. Do we move into the new age of knowing that we are part of a universal family, that we're not the only ones in the universe, and that, in fact, we're probably more part of it than you know, and that these other worldly beings have been on our planet for a very long time. Possibly you have their DNA, right? So when we're starting to look at this as a bigger picture, things that you have been taught for many, many years will really be under question, and it can be very confronting for a lot of people.
Definitely.
But if we can actually turn it around to another way of looking at it, is that God appears in anything that is living, breathing, alive. And so when we're actually looking at something that maybe doesn't completely look like us, although I think they will look very similar, doesn't mean that they're not from God, right? It's a big universe out there. So we have to sort of open our eyes and our hearts and really start to see things on a different level. And as I've said before many times, when you're reading something or you're hearing something or you're watching something, just open your heart space and say, does this resonate with me? Is this truthful? I definitely believe that there's something much deeper and goes much deeper under the pyramids.
Yes.
And I don't know, I think I have shared the story with you when I was younger, and I had a vision.
You did. Yep.
I had a very strong vision when I was younger of under the left paw of the Sphinx is a massive library that is full of information of the truth of what has happened here on this planet, way before our civilization started. So that's going to be interesting too when they open that one up.
Definitely.
And just pulling a final card here, we do have to give up some of our old ideals in order to face the new. 5 years is our timing card. It'll take humanity 5 years to accept what is happening, but it's in your face. I don't see how you can't.
Wow. Thank you so much, Alison. That was a fabulous reading and looks like a lot to look forward to.
I can't wait.
Disclosure. We'll keep watching all the stories that come out and see what's happening there.
Excellent.
Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Be sure to give us a thumbs up. Let us know you guys love the videos. Share your comments down below. Share and subscribe. Thanks, guys.